DR fam, what's going on? Hope everybody had a great day. Last trading day of September, last trading day of the quarter, all that good stuff. Interesting day, very much so. I know we got some things going on in the world. We got government shutdowns looming, and all kind of things. So today was definitely a interesting day market wise, but actually it was just a one quitter day, right? One hit day, right? As far as what I call the hit it and quit it. We had a pretty well. Let's just get into it. All right, let's not pontificate too much. Let's just get into it. Let me make this a little bigger so we can kind of see what's going on here. You guys kind of see the overall trend of the day. All right, so let's make this bigger and we'll jump into it. All right, let's start with it. We look at our range today, about a 20-point range, right? So about 53 to 70, 72, so 19 points ish, something like there. Notice kind of how DR set up. So we had this movement here. So my expectation, honestly, was that we would come, down here. But let's talk about what happened and what we saw. All right, so notice a couple of things are on here, right? If you notice, because this became important, this weekly open, this pink white, I don't know what color on your screen is, but it's like a pink white line. And below that we have what we call that new week opening gap. So remember, that's the gap from 4 p.m. on Friday to 6 p.m. on Sunday for the new trading week. And this was actually this week's new week opening gap. So if you look at, let's take a quick, oops, gotta get rid of that first. Let's take a quick look back and kind of see. One thing I always like to do is see how the week went, right? Because you see where the week started. All right, let's do it real quick. All right, this is where we are from this week. We started right here, all right, on that candle. And you see what happened, right? We went up a little bit, then we actually had a down week, and then we started moving our way back up until today. And we gave, most of those gains back, from this week. So, if you kind of, it's always good to kind of look and see kind of how the market is acting for the week, and that's how you get with the new week opening gaps. Went right back up to it today, and then let's go back to the 5 minute because that's what we work on or work off of, I should say. So you look at the 5 minute. Let me get everything back to normal size here for us. All right. So if you look at the 5 minute, what you'll see is that we went back up twice today. So we, DR setup, okay. And sorry guys, trying to make this, we can make it viewable. All right. So, we had our DR setup at 10:30. And then if you look what happened, we went up to this new week opening gap, which remember we talked about that gap before. It's a very strong support or resistance, right? And went up to the gap and it just rejected hard off of that gap all the way down to the DR low. It went down to DR low, but it didn't close down there, right? So it's a precursor to a move, but it's not the move, okay? So we're looking at that and going, okay, yep, that's where you want to go. But look what happens next. It goes right back up to that DR. I'm sorry, to that new week opening gap right around that weekly open, and then it starts to reject again. Okay. Now this is one of those advanced strategies, right? So because I know that DR, because I know that the new week opening gap is a resistance or support, then I am, willing to take a trade off of that, right? For a couple reasons. One is because again, it's a strong support or resistance, but also if you look right above it, there was sorry, I can't draw with this thing, but there was a fair value gap, which was bearish, which means that price wants to go that way. A small one, but it's there. So to me, that's almost a confluence line, right? So what you do is you can actually just clean this up. You can put your order in somewhere in here, somewhere in this new opening gap. So I didn't do the first one, but then the second one I did, right? So I actually put an order at the bottom of that new opening gap, okay? With my order here, with my stop loss up here, right above where the that bearish fair value gap was. Okay, so about a about a 5 point stop loss, but I'm okay with that. And then what I ended up doing was I actually took 10 points off of here, right? Because what happens, it comes all the way down, and now this is where it stops being aggressive and it goes back into DR, right? So that was my first trade, 10 points, and I closed it out because I'm good there. Now what I saw, of course, what that means is at the bottom of that candle, we actually confirmed low. Okay, so DR low was confirmed. All right, so now I'm in the DR zone. Okay, and what I'm looking for is that retracement. All right, so boom, there's a retracement back up. Now look what it retraces up into. Now, so this, when it got here, right, you know what I do, my order is placed on IDR, right, on this case on the low. All right, now what I'm also seeing, this hadn't formed yet, but I noticed, like I've seen, I know fair value gaps, right? I know how to look at them or look for them. So what I'm seeing is a fair value gap was forming, right? And so again, now I'm looking at it as a confluence, because in order for this fair value gap not to form, this candle would have had to go all the way up here, okay? Because that's what a fair value gap is. It's the gap between one candle, skip the middle candle, and the next candle, right? That's that gap. So for this, so we already had that space, all this space right here. So in order for this candle not to be in a fair value gap, it had to go all the way up here, right? And close up here, or not close, but it had to at least wick up there, right? So when that didn't happen, I knew that this was going to be a bearish fair value gap. So when I put my order here, I was actually pretty confident in it. And so that was around 40, let's say 43.54. And then so I put a 5 point on. I actually moved it down to 10 points pretty quickly, just based off what was happening this week. And as my I almost got stopped out here because I moved my stop loss down from like 54 down to like 52, right? And because originally it was up here, right? That's my normal stop loss. But once I started getting into profit, once it started happening, I moved it down. And if you notice, this candle almost came right back up to it and almost stopped me out, which I would have not been happy, but that's a safe play. So when that didn't happen, and then again, another fair value gap is forming right here, another bearish one. So that formed, and then now I'm just watching price come down. And again, I took this off at 10 points, and I was done because, so for this week, it's been really, really easy and really, really lucrative on these DR trades. And so today was no difference. So that's another 20 points that I have right there. So I was pretty much done, right? All my trades the last 3 days have been in the morning. Got your, get my points, and I just leave it alone for the rest of the day. Today was no exception. Now, what did I miss out on? Yeah, we missed out on a lot, but I'm okay with that because, again, I wasn't trying to be greedy about it. So if we span this back out, you see, what happened in the afternoon. So once we got down around these 10 points, we actually started consolidating back up here again, right? Right back into, guess where? This midnight open line, right? I mean, I don't make this stuff up, guys. This is kind of how it works out. So we played around midnight for a while, right? Remember, again, another strong support, strong resistance line. So in this case, we came down below midnight, went back up to it. Midnight acted as a, what? Resistance line, right? So it's resisting us moving back up. So it kept trying. Now, if I was actively trading in the afternoon, I would have actually put an order in somewhere below midnight or close to midnight after all these wicks and things had been tested, and we saw that it was not actually allowing price to move back up this way, and so you could have put an order in, and then kind of just roll this down. This was a great move down. There was other places. Again, I didn't trade any of this, guys, so don't take me saying you should do this. But there are other places in here also where like for instance here, there was another, this is ICT stuff, right? So there was another bearish fair value gap here. These candles actually went up into it so you could have, you could have, it wicked up into it. You could have taken a short there as well. So again, opportunities were kind of, all over the place today. There's an opportunity right here. There's another bullish fair value gap, bearish fair value gap, where price went up into it. You could have taken a short there and come back down. So if you're biased for short today, you have plenty of opportunities to take trades, even after DR, before and after DR. Now, if you were saying if you had a bullish bias for today, yeah, you probably got yourself in a little bit of trouble, all right? But that's okay. Like I said, we live to fight another day. But again, really simple day from a DR perspective. If I did nothing else, right? If I did nothing else but wait for the DR, which is what I was expecting to do. But then again, I saw that new week opening gap and the rejection off of it twice, and it was just made it. I could not take the trade, right? But like I said, from a DR perspective, close below, retrace above, order on the closest DR line from the ladder perspective. Didn't have true confluence, but had something close to it. But you guys know me, I take the DR trades. DR confluence is not a requirement for DR trade. I had one of my subscribers ask about that, so I had some really good questions on the last video. So I advise encourage you to check that out. But there's something said about confluence, which again I would love to have it. And if it's there, then I'll definitely more aggressive on the trade. But I don't have to have it for me to take the trade because again my stops are there to protect me, and so I use that as it's kind of my leverage or my risk management. So, if I look at it as, if I'm taking 5 trades and, if I win 3 of them, those 3 are going to very much outweigh the 2 in losses that I had because of the stop losses, and the take profits that I use. So, but again, a really good day, really, really good week. Probably one of my better weeks just from a pure DR standpoint. Encourage you to go back and look at what DR did this week. It wasn't a lot of guesswork. It was just confirm, retrace, put the trade on, take your profits. I mean, that was it was like rinse and repeat. So anyway, guys, that's it. You guys have a great weekend. Your boy has a birthday coming up on Sunday, so I'm not gonna tell you how old I am, but the bones are creaking. All right. But anyway, appreciate all the support. Great questions and comments coming into the discussion, and encourage you guys to continue to do that. But anyway, we always say, love on your loved ones. You never know you won't be able to do it again, so take advantage of that opportunity, and have a great weekend. All right. God bless. We'll see you.